Can you really invest in real estate with no money down? That's the topic for today's episode, and without further ado, let's dive in. Hello everyone and welcome back. Thank you so much for the support that you've given to this channel. I'm creating today's episode because I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of comments from all of you guys asking me, is it really true that you can buy real estate with no money down? And the answer is yes, it is possible. You can buy real estate with no money down. So if you go back and you circle back to some of my videos, I think I've actually shared with you how I was able to expand from 0 to 24 just by doing a cash out refinance. So for those who don't know what a cash out refinance is basically when you take the equity out of a property. And typically it's done on a rental, or you can do also a HELOC. You take a HELOC out. It has to be done in a house where you live in, but you do home equity line of credit, and then you take the money out. You only pay interest based on that amount that you take out, and you use that money and you invest it in another real estate. So some of you might think, well, I mean, I still have to pay fees for it, but yeah, those are fees that are not, you're not taking that money, putting into the real estate. I mean, people are getting work done for you. They still have to do the appraisals for the property. You are paying the bank for service that they're providing. But in essence, you're buying real estate property without using money out of your own pocket because it's been taken out of the equity from rentals that you already own, or maybe from a partnership that you managed to work out, just like I did in the purchase of my 17 units. So for those who are interested, I'm actually leaving a link down below so you can get to it. But there are other ways that you can actually buy real estate with as little as $5 or even $500. So depending on what is it that you like the most, I'm going to share 2 additional options where you can actually invest in real estate with very little money, starting from $5 going all the way to $500. So the first one is called REITs. REITs are real estate investment trusts. And basically, they are companies that own, in most cases, operates income producing real estate. What does that mean? So they own a portfolio. They own commercial real estate, ranging from offices, apartment buildings, warehouses, etc., etc. So basically, you can come in and as an investor, you can buy shares of it. So think of it as a company. So you want to invest in the Facebooks of the world, or the Googles or the Amazons of the world, right? You want to put equity and you want to help them out to continue to expand. So you buy certain shares in their company in exchange of equity, in exchange of dividends for those companies who offer dividends, and you continue growing. So it's very similar to REITs. You buy and basically you watch the performance. If they lose money, then you lose money. But if they make money out of it, you make money out of it. So some of you might think, well, I don't know anything about real estate investing and stuff like that. Why would I ever want to invest in a REIT knowing that it has a chance of losing money? It's very easy, tax purposes. So just like in real estate, if you lose money, you actually have the opportunity to take those tax losses, and those REITs that you actually invested in, and apply those towards your annual taxes so they can reduce your taxable income. So that's one. And the second option is actually a company that is called Fundrise. And actually earlier this week, I was about to open an account in Fundrise. And I figured, you know what? Let me just hold off on it and do a video about this so you guys can actually take a look at how they work and what is it that I look for. And it's very similar. They are a portfolio. And you know what? Let's just dive into my screen and I'll show you. So I'm going to show you everything about REITs, how you can actually look for them in my screen, and same thing with Fundrise. So without further ado, let's just dive into my screen. It's better. Okay, everyone. So now we are inside my computer and we're going to start with REITs, right? So I found this website that I thought it was pretty cool. It actually did not exist, or at least I didn't come across with it when I first started looking into REITs. So it's actually very comprehensive. REIT.com, and don't worry about writing the link down. I'll provide it to you in the description box down below. But as you can see, this website walks you through everything that you need to know about REITs. And it tells you that individuals can actually invest in a variety of different ways. So real estate investment trusts are actually a way to do that. They're listed on major stock exchanges. We're going to get to that in a minute. And the values that they're typically assessed for. And they explain you a little bit about the analysis and how you should go about it, and understanding whether they're going to perform or not, and how they measure their earnings and stuff like that. And then there's a nice cool video that you can watch as well. And then they offer you data and indices. They give you the option to explore REIT companies. So when you come down here, they're actually these real estate trust funds invest in various sectors. So some of them are investing in data centers, some of them are in infrastructure, residential, real estate, mortgage companies, healthcare. Some of them are diversified. So just out of curiosity, since it's also my first time here on this website, let's go into residential because I'm curious to see what they have to offer. And sort by highest return. Here's the list. So you clicked based on residential, and then I'm going to scroll down slowly. So these are the different type of REITs that you can actually buy. And I'm trying to see, how do you actually see the price here? Whether is this a 7.7? Is it actually the price or no? Not. Let me just open this. So previous day close, a share of this, it costs about $117, and then the yield is 2.55%, which is how much you can actually get in return. And they tell you all about the company, the news, what does it focus on. So this episode is not intended to teach you to analyze stocks like that, but one thing I recommend is that for stock investing or for investing in REITs, there's actually two ways that you can go about it. One is by analyzing the numbers and see historically when is it that they typically hit the lowest point and whether it has exceeded that lowest point or not, or vice versa with the highest point. If you're interested, I can actually create an entire episode just on that, but it's not the purpose of today's video. But if you do, I'll be more than happy to create that for you. Just let me know in the description box down below. In essence, you can actually buy REITs at different prices. You can start, even last year when I was looking into it, you can find REITs starting at $5 all the way to like 100 and something. Obviously here, this is kind of like a repository where they show you all of the inventory of available REITs that you can buy in the market. Like for example, this one is actually a little bit cheaper, $75 and so on. So only you are aware of how much you can afford. It's up to you to do the due diligence, whether you want to do the analysis based on prices and just focus it solely on numbers, or whether you just want to do the analysis based on the news and see the historical performance and what is it that they have down in the pipeline that there's coming in, and everything that it's going to give you the clue that the company is actually investing for further growth or not. Again, I don't want to make this video too extensive, but if you are interested in learning how to further analyze this, let me know in the description box down below. I'll be more than happy to create that. So let's say you go ahead and you're ready and you want to buy EQR in this example. So there's a platform that's called RobinHood.com. So this is actually my account right here. Again, don't worry, I'm going to provide you the link to the description box down below. I actually do have a referral code. So when you use my code to sign up, we both get a free stock. It's not a stock of our choice. They just randomly assign you one. So you get one, I get one, and everyone is happy. So we're going to go ahead and we're looking to this search right here. EQR is what we're looking for. So we're going to come here and just basically do EQR, and then here it is. It appears here in this platform, and it's up to you whether you want to buy it or not. So whether you want to finance it, they do give you the option to finance that. They give you credit. I'm not sure what they typically require, because usually what I do, I just transfer funds and I just start buying it. But you are more than welcome to check out their credit options. And then if you come over here, they give you, they ask you how much do you want to buy, whether you want to buy 100 of them. Let's say I just want to do 10, so the total is 747. You review the order and then you just move on to closing the order away. And here's where it shows you how much buying power you have available. So I still have $1,500 cash that I've transferred into this account a long time ago, and I just haven't been so active in this type of trading ever since I managed to build my real estate portfolio. So I decided to focus on that, because you do need to stay on top of it, at least for the beginning, until you can finally manage to step out a little not entirely, but to a certain degree. This is basically what you can do with Robinhood. I'm actually interested to see if I go into the home screen, do they have the option? Okay, so Robinhood Whole it's that financing package that I was telling you about. This is an advanced version of it. So the application and the account is actually free to create. And the reason why I am suggesting or recommending Robinhood in this case is not so much for the free stocks that you and I can get. It's more about the fees. So the majority of the trading platforms, they charge you a fee, and Robinhood is actually free of charge last time I checked. So if you're getting started with it and you want to learn, that's something that, if you can save some fees here and there, definitely do that. The only disadvantage about Robinhood is that they don't give you the tools to do the analysis like companies like Vanguard or Charles Schwab will normally do. Again, this is not intended to be a video on trading, but if you are interested in how to leverage those tools for your investments in REITs or even stocks, please let me know in the description box down below, and I'd be more than happy to create that for you. But that's basically what it is. So you have the option to get up to 2 times buying power with the extension of a credit without even depositing any money of your pocket. I've never applied for this program. I think they recently launched it last year, middle of last year, I believe. I'm not too sure entirely. But if you don't have options on your own and you would like to leverage their credit line, feel free to go ahead and do that. You can click and get started and just create your account and then request that extension. So that's it for Robinhood. Now we're going to move on to the other company that I was telling you about. And so this is the page that I was telling you about, and you invest directly into portfolios. So they are a real estate investment platform, and what they do is that they take a pool of various investment types and they just pull them all together into the site. And depending on your investment plans, so to speak, they will help you, or you can actually decide the best program or the best portfolio that will work for you. And how does it work? So you're going to come here all the way down where it says choose an investment plan to get started. So are you looking for supplemental income? Meaning, are you looking for a consistent income stream that's coming besides whatever you're making already? Or are you looking for something that's more of a balanced investing, so you're building wealth, but then through diversification? Or are you looking for a long-term growth? Typically, in my experience, whenever it's long-term growth, you're not going to see much in return in the early years because you're just riding through the entire roller coaster of investment. But then long-term, past 10 years, 20, whatever your definition of a long-term means, it's going to show that you're going to have the highest return. So as you can see, they even show you in the graphs. So for example, dividends is when they pay you, depending on the company, depending on the portfolio. Typically, they do that on a quarterly basis. So on a quarterly basis, you'll receive credit, like guarantee quarterly payments through dividends. And as you go through the different folders or the different portfolios, you are going to see that that dividend bar starts decreasing a little bit. But then in terms of appreciation, these are typically for real estate portfolios that focuses solely on cash flow and not so much for appreciation. So as you can see, they're not growing as fast, or maybe because you're investing for the short term, so you're not giving it sufficient time for the portfolio to season long enough to appreciate over time. So those are some of the factors that you should consider. And then as you can see, appreciation starts going to the max if you're doing it long term. Same thing with the total return. So on average, this is how much you get. It's all what you're looking for. So you're looking for something today, you need money today, then yeah, you should go with this portfolio. But if you're looking for money most likely tomorrow, you're planning for retirement, you have a good job, or you make good money with your rentals or your flipping business, and you just simply don't need additional supplemental income, then you go ahead and you invest this in the long term. So now let's say I want to start investing and I want to create my portfolio. So they have what they call the starter plan. In the starter plan, you will need an average of $500. So you need a minimum investment of $500, and then you're going to come here and you're going to get started. You're going to open your account. Because I said I was going to do a demo on my personal account, I'm going to start inputting my personal information so you guys can start seeing. And of course, I'm going to block some of that out because of confidentiality reasons. You're going to hit continue, and then you're going to confirm your citizen status. Yes, we're from the United States. What type of account do you would like to open? It's an individual one. And then you're gonna go ahead and enter your contact information. And then you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna enter your phone number, and you're gonna enter your social and your date of birth, right? And then your initial contribution. We want to do $500 because this is our first time. And then auto invest. If you want to start investing in auto mode because you want them to invest the money for you, go ahead. I personally prefer not to do that because I like to learn all about the portfolio, all about the investment, and then decide, doing baby steps, what's best for me. I like to get a handle of things, but some other people are more relaxed and laid back, and they just decide to invest it in auto mode because they've done the proper due diligence, the analysis long term, and they just let the money sit there and have it reinvested. So I'll leave that completely at your discretion. You're free to decide what you want to do, what works best for you. We're going to hit continue now. And then please choose the source of funds. So you're going to select what your account is. As I can see here, I was kind of hoping that they had the option for you to invest with credit cards. Maybe not. So you're going to have to link a bank account with it. And so you're going to go ahead and select whatever use this play to link your bank. Okay, so I'm gonna hit continue, and then you're gonna have to enter your credentials for your bank, right? And I'm gonna do that right now. And so now you're on the next step. The following documents are provided for your reference, so you have to acknowledge everything. Please indicate that you are in agreement with the following: that you have reviewed the offering circulars, the Fundrise advisors, represent that my investment in this offering does not constitute more than the greater 10% of my gross annual income. I understand that there's no guarantee, yada yada, yada yada. And then I would like my dividends reinvested according to the investment plan I have selected. I typically do reinvest my dividends because, I mean, if I already decided to invest in the company, why not continue to invest in it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go continue. And you're going to verify your information once again. Please check. Make sure that everything that they have invested in there is in fact accurate. And then I'm going to go ahead and just click on invest now. And you're going to go ahead and check your email, verify your email, and then just confirm, and you are actually good to go. That's basically it for Fundrise and for REITs, and hopefully you found this valuable. And let's back out of my screen. And okay, so that's everything I have for you today. I hope you find this topic very informative, helpful, and also useful. So if you like this video, feel free to share the love to someone that you think is going to find this beneficial or learn something about it. And as usual, don't forget to hit the like button or subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.